Hi, Beate. I'm so happy that you agreed to come for an interview here to share your journey you had in the program of the Trading Queens. And my first question for you would be if you would like to introduce yourself and share when you joined the Trading Queens and what made you feel this program was right for you at this moment.
Sure. So, first of all, thanks for having me. It's so exciting to be here. So, I'm Beate. I'm a mom of two young, beautiful adults. I'm also a mom of several rescued animals here. I'm an author and coach, a psychologist, and an investor. And I started my investing journey with 16 with stocks, and then in my early 20s, real estate. And I'm a person, I love learning. I enjoy learning. I'm curious. And maybe that's also if you are all a little also a little bit in human design. I have a 3 line. So that's my try and arrow, and I started my own, let's say, spiritual journey back in 2017. And when we met in this business coaching group, I don't remember, I think it was 2019. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, but I felt this, this was so different from anything I knew before, coming from this masculine driven world of banking, investing, and working as a sales trainer. And then you came and I found you, and I was so fascinated and, of course, curious about learning about crypto because I knew a little bit about it, but not in a depth. And so I think I took 2 or 3 beginners courses and I joined the Trading Queens in November 2023. And it was, kind of a next logical step and also learning the strategy, but most of all, learning your calm feminine way.
Oh, when you were saying where we met, I was also pondering where would that be? I can't remember too. I can't remember, but
It was in a coaching group.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
interesting. And thanks so much for sharing some insights on your beautiful journey so far. Beate has the pleasure to live on the beautiful island Mallorca. You can see her tan and everything. So
Right.
such a beautiful journey. And
Mhm.
when you look back at your journey with trading crypto and everything, what
Mhm.
has changed the most in the way you trade or feel about trading since then?
Oh, that's a good question. I always felt comfortable with derivatives, with stocks and things like that. So it was kind of already familiar for me. But the speed of crypto, it was like, whoa, what's going on here? This was totally new and also kind of overwhelming at first. But coming with that, like I said, I try things out. I'm a very, I would say, a risk taker. So I always pushed it to the edge. And I think what changed most is the allowing my way, to allow myself my way with crypto, allow my rhythm. And of course, with more experience after hundreds or 1,000 trades, you have more security in what you do. You have this, confidence. And I think now there is this calmness that, like I said, I was so fascinated about, that I really found in your teaching and now experience for myself. So the calmness and the allowing of myself, my way.
Yeah, beautifully put. And I'm very happy that the calmness transmitted to you. This is how it should
Yes,
be.
it is.
And yeah, amazing. Really, really amazing. I love what you're sharing. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
And you're also a wealth mentor yourself. Very interesting. So, how has your own work with clients and your own understanding of money influenced maybe the way you trade? And, very important question, has trading in turn deepened the way you guide women in your own business? Because I think for a wealth mentor, when you're able to
Mm.
guide and to tell your clients, I know you work only on a private basis, a very
Mm.
close relationships. So I think this is a huge bonus what you can give to your private clients when you take them with you on your journey, right?
Absolutely, because with everything we do as a coach or mentor, or I think also you are always a role model.
Mhm.
So I totally believe in only not teaching what I know, but really teaching on what I experienced for myself and what I well, mastering is a big word, but you know what I mean. This, I don't teach something I know for 5 seconds.
Mhm.
Of course, you can take someone along the way, no doubt about that. But as you said, when you work on a really in an intimate space with one-on-one clients on a high level, it's also my standard to have this high standard for myself.
Mhm.
And as I said before, I think it really amplified the allowing part. This was a huge thing for me. I also, of course, work with my clients. I go deep into the energetic work. We work on the belief system, subconscious mind, all the patterns, and the allowing both ways. When I shared that I started my spiritual journey, and I wouldn't say I lost myself in that, but kind of, because I found myself in a place where I didn't allow myself my beloved numbers anymore. I love numbers. I love looking at charts. This is my fuel. This is my excitement. And all of the sudden, I had a feeling, oh no, it all has to be, in this energetic flow. And there, you know what I mean. And at the same time, not checking in every 10 seconds and looking, oh,
Yeah.
is it there? Is it there? This, oh my gosh, it has to go up, it has to go down. And like you always say, like being in this queen energy, and there we come back to the calmness. And I think trading really influenced it. Like I said, I'm not here for surface level conversations. I love the depth of the one-on-one. This is definitely my zone of genius. And I really allowed myself to do that because, as you know, when you're in business, you have coaches, they are telling you have to have a group program, you have to have this and that. And trading really taught me to let go of the shoulds.
Mhm.
You
Oh.
should do this, you should
Mhm.
do that. And I know
Mhm.
I allow myself. And so, yes, I would say it amplified the allowing for me and also for my clients, and the possibility
Mhm.
that opens up with a room like that.
Yeah, I understand the allowing. And if you really want to dive into that allowing feeling, it's super nice when you have this pillar of trading,
Mm.
because
Mm.
this gives you, because sometimes when I see it all the time, when coaches out there who are really depending on the money what they make with their coaching,
Mm.
they appear sometimes a little bit desperate. and people can,
Totally.
yeah,
Yes,
and people can
totally.
feel this. And that's why it's such an elegant asset when you're able to trade, because you're not depending on the clients. It's super nice to have
Mm.
heartfelt, or your dream clients, which really, where there's a relationship which fuels you together, for every
Yes,
party
yes.
involved.
We always grow together,
Yes,
and
yes.
wealth is something for me, it's like a wholeness.
Hmm.
And like you said, it's a pillar of this, and
Hmm.
it's also that I can offer my clients more possibilities than, back in the days, stocks and real estate, where
Yeah,
that was where my genius lied. So
yeah,
absolutely, yes,
yeah.
it's beautiful.
No, and especially because you mentioned the speed of crypto, I think that's what's really attractive, because we
Mm.
can, also for me this morning was just a golden morning, although
Yes,
it
yes,
was
yes. It
just
was.
I had, I have some workers here because our bathroom and kitchen gets refurbished after a water pipe broke. And
Oh my gosh.
I had a very long night attending a summit in America, and
Mhm.
I was a little bit late, and we had the interview scheduled and everything, but still nice what this brought just on the
Totally.
side. And
So beautiful.
yeah, and I always think of the thing what my son said to me when I finally convinced him to learn trading. He said, "Mom, this feels like cheating," and this is right.
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
because yeah, like
yeah,
you said, if you, or also for me, if you're used to the speed of stocks, of course, I mean, this is like 1,000 times faster, and so yeah, totally.
yeah, yeah. So it's fun, and yeah, and we're entering such an interesting season now. So we will see
Mm,
where we
we'll
go.
see.
Yes, but what I also wanted to ask you,
Mm.
that every trader meets sometimes what I call curves. Are there things when you start to challenge, you get challenged by a situation or by a trade, or doubt
Mm.
creeps in?
Okay.
And did you experience something like that, and how did you move through them?
I think I love this question. If ever someone answers this question like I never experienced something like that, then run and run fast, because I think everyone experienced it in one way or another. And of course, as a coach working with patterns and subconscious mind, I am really aware, of money blocks and patterns. And as you said, with the speed of crypto, I think in the same way, in the same speed, money blocks pop up, like popcorn. And there were definitely phases where I felt, oh my gosh, this is not working. Everything is wrong. Every trade goes in the other way that I thought. And of course, as a coach, it is my daily work. But you also know we don't see our blind spots sometimes. And so I really sat down and thought, what is this about? And of course, our subconscious mind is here. It protects you and it repeats patterns. So one of my all-time favorite questions to ask myself is always, is this true? When you have this mind chatter and say, I'm the dumbest person on earth and I'm too old for this or whatever. And you ask yourself, is this really true? And of course, the answer is always no, it's
Mhm,
not true. It's not the absolute truth.
mhm,
Although you may experience this at this moment and you feel it in this
mhm,
moment. And so, what I really found for me was a pattern, and I think it's maybe helpful if I share it, that the moment everything started to really click, I felt the joy. And
mhm,
that was exact the moment where it changed. And my pattern behind that was that you're not allowed to have joy with money. You know, you're not allowed to have, money is nothing you play with, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
And so that was really interesting for me, and it helped me a lot. So what I did, I really sat down and shake it off, get it out of your body if you have a situation like that. And you can, and that's also the beauty of crypto, because there are so many opportunities every day, every hour. You can always have a fresh start and say, okay, maybe I take a pause a day, but also not too long. It's like when you ride a horse and you get thrown off, you get back immediately, because otherwise the doubt
Yeah.
overwhelms you. And so, yes, really shake it off and start fresh,
Yeah.
breathe and go again.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Because it is always, we are on a journey in a golden future, and on
Yes.
each journey we have highways where everything is just easygoing and you're just
Mm.
la 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 la. And sometimes there are things, when we have maybe some in the economic calendar, some announcements, stuff like
Yeah.
this, where a curve is coming, and then we need our power and our good vibes, and
Yes.
then we will meet, or then we will come out of this curve very successfully. Yeah, beautiful.
Totally.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
I agree.
Um, you've a specialty. You are a
I
short
knew
queen.
it.
A short queen, because you said when we were talking about the interview, you said we definitely have to talk about shorts.
Absolutely.
So, for all the people who maybe not know what
Mm.
shorts are, when we're trading crypto derivatives, we have the possibility to benefit when courses are rising and when they are falling. When they are rising, we're entering in a so-called long trade, and when they are falling, we're entering in a so-called short trade. And Beate loves shorts. Very different
Okay.
to me. I'm the long queen, but she's the short queen. And it's very interesting that really many ladies develop a kind of preference, what they prefer.
Mm.
And the most clever, they trade both ways, sometimes even simultaneously. I know also a lady who is very, very intense in her trading journey, Veronica. She trades a lot, both at the same time.
That's also cool.
No,
Mm.
it is. It is. As long as you stay away from high leverage, this works out beautifully, because, of
Yes.
course, what goes up this in a huge way
Mm-hmm.
will correct at some point for a certain time period.
Absolutely.
And so
Yes.
this is the law of the market. So you can't
Mm.
do something wrong with this, as long as you make it in a good plan. That's important,
Yes.
because if
Mm.
you're entering in an all-time low in a short, this is not a good idea.
Mm.
Same to enter with a high position on an all-time high, very
Yeah,
dangerous. Yeah, we don't do this. We are trading queens.
we are.
Um, okay, so what do you want to tell us about your specialty of short trades?
Oh my gosh. It was really a journey, and I think it's a beautiful example of what you always say. And so it was through and after those up and downs, like life in general, you learn, you start again, and you gain the confidence of it. And I can do this, I can handle this. And especially with the whole volatility, I think one thing was really I had to train myself to hold this. And of course, this is, you know, what did I want to say? It's different for everyone, but those elegant shorts, like you said one day to me. I love that, and it fits like a glove for me. And it was really a journey because, and I can only speak for myself, it took me a while because, this, like I said, I do a lot of energy work, and we are back to the allowing part here.
Mhm.
I teach about energies, and first of all, I thought, well, it's maybe not the best idea energy wise to go on this to go on trades when the market goes down or when there is a correction. And I remember that my mentor always said, there's no good, there is no bad. It's just our meaning that we give to it as a human. We're a meaning making machine, as she always says. And you mentioned that I live on the beach, and I always love to dive under waves. Even as a kid, I totally love that you dive under the wave and it breaks over down over you.
Mhm.
And in that moment, I had this feeling. I said, wow, cool. What if I thought about this short trading, like the wave breaking over me, and I'm riding this wave and I'm going with this wave and end it in a beautiful way. And so I get goosebumps telling
Oh.
this. And so I combine this feeling of this beach moment, so to say, and I can't really, and somehow for me it feels easier. I can't really explain that.
Mhm.
It feels lighter than, so to say, when you go up a mountain and go skiing or go hiking,
Mhm.
and the way down is easier, so to say. And so
Mhm.
this is the feeling for me and how I combine it. And I totally love it. I also do longs. I did
Mhm.
2 longs this morning, but I would say 95% of my trades are shorts. Yes. And that's just I really love it. And like I said, I have this kind of better feeling for them.
Mhm. Interesting. So, and I love that you have your own style because this,
Yeah.
as a mentor, for me is always my goal. Every lady has to find her own style
Mm.
because this is what annoys me sometimes in, traditional trading schools. You have to do it by the book. You have to do it like this, otherwise you're making a mistake. This is again the very masculine way, which you
Mm.
also told that you also have male friends who look a little bit with a side eye on what you're doing because this has to be done like that and this has to be
Yeah.
done like that. And this is not how it works. Definitely not, because then sometimes if you can't, if the method is not right for you, you do not get this feeling of joy. And what you said also when we spoke about the interview, that trading gives you so much joy. And this is the most
Absolutely.
important thing. Yeah.
I love it.
So nice.
Yeah.
Have you a kind of ritual, or how, do you prepare mentally before you start in a trade? Anything that you stay centered, or do you just also, or you do a mix,
Mm.
sometimes on the go, or really just very focused? Can you share something about that?
For sure, there are moments when I just jump in, but most of the time, and I would recommend that to everybody. For me, it's like I said, the image of the waves,
Mhm.
because that's just also something that gives me joy.
Mhm.
And I have my vision board next to me on my wall. And one of the pictures is with quotes back from the Trading Queens. And I look at this picture every time before I enter a trade. And
Oh.
the quote, there is nothing to miss.
Mhm.
We take a piece of the cake, we follow the rules, and we plan the trade. And this find, wait, enter, win, never chase energy, and really doing a quick check in, breathe, and check, am I acting somehow of fear or greed? Or am I really breathe and then I press the button and I always say go, go, go.
Oh, so cute. Oh, I love that. Oh, so beautiful. Yeah. Oh, and I know this, there's nothing to miss. Many ladies who
Mm.
come in my world, they say, well, that's not right. I'm missing. And then a few months later, the coin costs exactly the same price as
Yes.
you. So, but this you get just when you have some time behind the wheel. Because if you're brand
Mm.
new, you're always busy. Oh my God, we're going to the moon tomorrow. And this is
Mm.
it's not true. There are times where we go to the moon and then the wave is crashing. We go down
Yes.
again. And if you get used to this rhythm, especially without fear,
Mm.
it's normal, you can see also in the candles, you can see the patterns where we are going, where the resistance is. Then
Mm.
mostly or often the price corrects about half of the rise, what has happened, and all these things. And when you just, you serve the waves, and
Mm.
sometimes if you enter too early to serve the wave, you have to wait a little bit till your wave is at the height or at the low. But yeah, it's really really nice when you have this. I would say even embodied, to have
Mm.
this calmness and to know the things what's happened or what is happening. And yeah, thank you so much for this cute ritual and the quotes. Thank you.
My pleasure. Yes, I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've heard a lot from you, but I want to ask a last question.
Sure.
If a woman is watching this and wondering whether she could ever trade successfully or to become a trading queen, what
Mm.
would you say to her?
Oh, I love this question. This is really cool. And I will answer it in my honest way. I think absolutely you can, because everybody can. It's not rocket science, but I would say and only if you are willing to do the work. And I know it sounds maybe kind of cliche, but it's my honest answer. And I think it's also really important, do an honest check in. Why do you want to join?
Mhm.
Why do you doubt if you can do it? Are you more in a quick fix or make quick money energy? Because it's so much more than learning a system or a strategy. And do you really feel this? When someone reads one of your posts, you feel this energy of this is a chance, not only for your life but for the generations after you, and you're really in this to break generational cycles. And are you really willing to do the work and be open and to trust, and then go for it, because you will have the best mentor ever, and in Susanne, and in this field I totally believe in that, and I don't say this lightly. Have fun on, and like you always say, fall in love with this journey. There is no rush, because who cares if it takes a little bit longer? Who cares about that? Because when in a few years your grandchildren tell the story about this crazy lady back in the days who started with crypto and brought in a new level of wealth into the family, yeah, let it be you.
Yeah, yeah, we bring a new level of wealth. And yeah, it's for me, I said this yesterday also at the summit. For me,
Mm.
I think every woman out there should be able to trade.
Totally.
Whether you really want to create a big wealth in a quite fast way, or if you want to have just a side income, The wealth generation takes more effort because you need to be, more active maybe.
And more
But
patient also.
yes, and because of course, if you're trading with larger margins, then you
Mm,
have to wait for the entries and everything. But
yes.
also the side thing, like for me this morning, it's just for me, I do not like the energy to say someone is missing out. But
Mm,
for me, I'd say there is something fundamental missing in a life when you're not able to trade. And
mm,
I know, like you said, you have to bring in the effort and you have to bring in the time. And this is
yes.
sometimes where many people who start trading struggle a little bit because
Mm,
they can't keep the consistency. And the consistency,
mm,
like with everything, if we want to
absolutely.
lose
Yeah.
weight, if we want to, yeah, to become a coach or anything, we need the consistency. And this is
Yeah.
sometimes, sometimes a challenge. Yeah.
Mm,
So, yeah, but if this comes together, the desire for wealth generation, the curiosity to learn, and the
mm,
willingness to stay on track, this
totally.
is a three pillar combination,
Mhm.
which is just a way of gold. Yeah.
Yeah, so beautiful. Thank you so much for having me. It was a
Yeah.
pleasure to share and always so much fun to have these deep conversations with you. I love it.
Yes, and if you love how Beate shared her knowledge, I also invite you maybe to follow her on Facebook or Instagram. She's an amazing lady and a good friend since many years already to me. And yeah, because yeah,
Thank
we
you.
the amazing women have to connect with each other.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you.